So you've just finished the original Xbox version of Fable, where, you know, the game ends upon you beating Jack of Blades in the Chamber of Fate. And then when you re-emerge from the Chamber of Fate, the guild is in ruins. And it's, yeah, blocked paths to the demon door, which you can see I haven't opened yet, is barred off by Rubble. You can get past this. If you happen to have summon already and it's not a wasp, you will need to instead use Ghost Sword. So what you basically want to do is you want to position yourself roughly around here-ish. You want to walk into your Ghost Sword to push it into the stairs. And you want to try to Assassin Rush behind it and clip through the stairs. There we go. After long enough tries, you'll eventually be able to clip yourself out, and then, or not out, but into the floor, and you can just walk around like this. And then you want to go over here. Go ahead and step outside, and here is where you want to have your spade ready. Because in this version, you know, the spade glitch, you can use the spade to push yourself out of bounds because it moves you backwards a little bit, and it also happens to face you north every time. So just give this a few goes until you've moved far enough into bounds so that when you try to actually move again, you're not going right back into bounds, quote unquote. It can take a little while. But once you are actually far enough out of bounds, you'll notice that, like, you can't actually move anywhere. This is where you need to start sneaking. Because for some reason you can sneak walk out of bounds. But yeah, this is the painful part of it. Because you have to hold down the left stick. You can also just, when you see the hero start moving actually forward a little bit, you can actually release the stick or just release the holding it down part of it, and then you'll move just a tiny bit faster. And you have to go in cardinal directions. Because if you try to go like southeast, for example, you're not going to go anywhere. But if you go south directly, then yeah, you'll be moving. I'm probably going to end up fast forwarding some of this in my editing software. I'm a little bit out to lunch on whether or not you can just summon Clip back in through the way speedrunners would. Like turning your side to a wall and then using like a hob or a bandit summon, or you know, whatever creature your summon happens to be. Mine is currently a hob. Because you can stray too far in back into bounds and it will not let you go anywhere, and you also wouldn't be able to use the spade sometimes, so kind of better to just rough it out. I apologize for your thumbs. Because this is not a very comfortable thing to do. See, it's so uncomfortable that like both my thumbs are just like occasionally releasing the stick, and it's just like, I'm not going anywhere. But with enough time and patience, you will be able to get yourself back in bounds. Like so. There you go.
Yup.
So yeah. That's that. Obviously the best thing to do would be to make sure that you get everything that you need from this part of the guild before going to do the Focus Sites quest, and then yeah. But understandably, especially if you're coming from, you know, if you've never played this version of the game before and you're not as intimately familiar with it as like I am, then yeah. That is an alternative that you can do to access the guild woods for that silver key chest, and the demon door over here. So hope that helps.